Hey guys, what's up? Scottish Duck here once again. Okay, this is gonna be my first sort of review slash thoughts on of a game. Yeah, I've already tried this a couple of times to be honest for this channel, but I'm gonna make it work this time. Okay, so today's game in question is Limbo for the Xbox Live Arcade. Yeah, it's an indie game by, I can't remember the developer right now. But yeah, this is their first, I think it's their first, you can see I've done my research here, Xbox Live Arcade game. Now, it's been out for a couple months now, and some people were calling it the next Braid. I've got Braid for the Xbox Live Arcade, superb game, and looking at it, you may sort of think it tackles that sort of like cutesy puzzle platformer fiasco, you know, along with Braid and A Boy and His Blob. Well, that's not true. This game, my friends, is a boy and his blob going through its emo phase, okay? You may think I'm trying to be funny there, but that's actually a goddamn perfect analogy. It really is. It's just so dark and morbid, but at the same time so fucking awesome. You know, you will constantly be suckered into this world, and like, I believe it's supposed to be, the developers have said it was their interpretation of hell, you know? I mean, there's not really a story to it, you know, it allows you to take it in by yourself and have your own interpretations, and I really like that with a game, you know? That's kind of the feeling I get, you know, it's this boy and he's been sent to hell, and he's got to find his sister, okay, which goes on as further you get into the game. Okay, now, graphic-wise, this game is a beast, it really is, you know. Braid was sort of like, Braid was really detailed, had a lot of like real-time waterbrush stroke sort of thing. It looked really good, obviously. A Boy and His Blob, not being on a HD console, but took the best of the Wii, and it was very reminiscent of a, you know, old anime and Saturday morning cartoons, and just looked really pretty as a result. But yeah, this has some really interesting effects. It's actually really hard to say without seeing it in motion for yourself, but basically, it's a black and white game, but the stuff they pull off is just mind-blowing, seriously. If you once thought that, you know, if you're one of these people that thinks art goes over technical achievement any day, you will definitely be satisfied with this. Granted, the high textures and all that, I'm pretty sure a game like this couldn't be done on the Wii, but it's still friggin' fantastic to look at, it really is. The imagery, it's just, like I said, morbid black and white stuff. It does what it does really well, you know. And everything in the world moves, you know, it's got good physics as well. Everything just moves so realistically. You just get so suckered in. You seriously do. You feel like you're in this world. Oh, it's great. What else? Yeah, sound-wise, there's not really music either. It's kind of like, it's kind of just ambient sound. It's always hard to comment on music like this. You know, you get it in like Silent Hill and all that. It's not really catchy, stays in your head music. It's just sort of subtle. You don't really notice it when you're playing it, but it adds a lot to the atmosphere. And it really does here. And yeah, the boy goes through some really gruesome deaths, as I'm sure most of you know. And the sound effects are just there. They're so friggin' gut-clenching, but at the same time so fucking awesome, yeah. Now, let me fix this camera here. Gameplay. Now, this is what I find quite intriguing about the gameplay, okay? There isn't really a gimmick to Limbo. Now, when I say gimmick, I don't really mean, you know, gimmick. I mean, like, just, like, a unique, inventive gameplay innovation. You know, like, A Boy and His Blob obviously had the blob with the jelly beans. Braid had that sort of a rewind time technique and use time in general, which has been done before, but was still executed flawlessly. Braid doesn't really have anything. It literally is just a standard platformer puzzler. There's no gimmick to it whatsoever. Like I said, I'm saying gimmick in the highest possible praise. But yeah, and it's quite baffling how well executed it is, and there's not even anything innovative behind it. It literally is just push blocks, solve puzzles, get from point A to point B. And there's a lot of variety to it as well, you know, there's a point with gravity, there's, you know, like I said, block pushing, using enemies to your advantage, water puzzles, and even points where you get possessed by brain slugs. You'll see if you buy the game. Okay, yeah. So yeah, I'm definitely surprised by it, because, you know, the fact that the game can hold its own so well that it doesn't need some sort of a gameplay gimmick or innovation to carry it. So yeah, it definitely deserves props for that, absolutely. Now, what else did I want to talk about? Now, the game is 1,200 Microsoft points, which is about £10 for us, $15 for Americans, I think. And it is pretty expensive considering the game's length. You can beat this game in 3 hours easily. Well, maybe a bit over 3 hours, but still, for that price, it is a bit of a sticker, a bit of a stick in the mud, you know. And I actually downloaded it at 9:30, and I had it beaten by 1 in the morning. So, I mean, I didn't want to leave. I didn't want to turn off my Xbox. I wanted to keep playing it, you know. It was just so enticing and sucked you in so bad. So yeah, the value is a bit, yeah, but you won't regret it, because that 3 hours is all solid all the way through. Absolutely superb, you know. Was there anything else I wanted to talk about it? I would give it like a, you know, a strong 9 out of 10. Like I said, I dare you guys to just download the trial, okay? Download the trial, then see whether or not you want the actual game, because I dare you not to download it, seriously. Now, oh yeah, one last thing I want to talk about was the replay value. There is a bit of replay value to it, but it's not too much. Basically, throughout the game, you come across these eggs that you can collect. You know, Xbox Live Arcade games have a 200 gamer score to them. You get 100 gamer score for beating the game, and you get 10 or 5 points depending on what eggs you find. And finding them is quite fun, I must say. I only got like 2 or 3 throughout the whole game, and I may go back and get them all, actually, because I just really want to play this game. You know, it's got the same sort of it's just like Portal, actually, you know, a 2 to 3 hour game, but it's just so, you're never going to forget it, seriously, it's just so, yeah. And I would love, actually, like Portal, for them to make a sequel that's a full-fledged game. Actually, I'm not sure about a sequel, actually, because, well, there was this Newgrounds cartoon. In fact, I'll put it in the, no, not there, down here, you know. Is it over there? I don't know, anyway, yeah, it's down there, the link, okay, yeah, but check out this Newgrounds Flash, it was friggin' hilarious, really, like, shows that the sort of following this game has acquired so soon. So, yeah, Limbo is freaking awesome. I definitely highly download it. I give it a 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10, easy. Well, I don't know if I can give it a 10 out of 10, because like I said, the length is a bit of a stick in the mud, just because you will enjoy it so much. It's the shortest but sweetest thing you will ever have, you know, so yeah. Give it a shot anyway, I definitely recommend it, and yeah, that's that, guys. Hope this came out okay. See you after, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.